Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Colleen and today we will be doing a math-based class using a ball, a mat, optional ankle weights, and a set of hand weights of your choosing. Light, think ones or twos, four at most, but one for each hand or wrist weight. Let's get started. Hand weights are nearby. We start in a bridge warm-up. So you get to lay down, have one hand weight on each side of you so that you can easily pick it up. And then head, neck, and shoulders relax on the floor, heels in line with sit bones, knees are bent, toes are aiming at the wall in front of you. From here, float your hands to the ceiling, palms face in towards your midline, bring them back down by your side. Good. So keeping the spine on the floor, tension-free body, floating over the shoulders roughly, elbows are soft. Next time, keep the hands there. Focus on peeling the spine away from the floor, starting with your tailbone, bone by bone. So coming away from the ground up to just about hang top line or shoulder blade line on your spine, on your back, and then melt, 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 melt. Again, lower back, mid back, coming up to hang top line. You're using your glutes, your hamstrings, a lot of core. And then lower. Really finding each bone each time. Add the arms in. So as you lift the hips, start to bring the arms back towards the floor. And then as the hips lower to the floor, bring the hands back to the ceiling. Beautiful. Kind of like a little seesaw-like motion. Excellent. In your next one, when the hands are on the mat, see if you can grab your hand weights that we placed nearby. There they are. And then float the hands to the ceiling. Keep the hands to the ceiling. Bring the hips back into your bridge. Beautiful. Shoulders are into the mat below you. We are here in our bridge. We're maintaining our glutes, our hamstrings are engaged. Our spine is long, so you might be lower in the air than you expect, so that your ribs can be knit without this posture happening. You hold here for 4. Shoulders into the ground. 3, 2, little hip lifts up and down for 4, 3, 2, keep the hips steady, and your knees are just behind your ankles or over your ankles. Both are fine. Do the one that works best for you. Bring your elbow over your shoulder in the air. Palms still face your midline. Skull crusher, so the elbows bend. You reach your hands back to the ceiling. If it's not for your elbow, ditch the weight. Try it with no weights or a lighter weight. Lift and lower without any extra wrist movement, making sure that your hand is holding the weight completely, that your thumb comes around to meet the rest of your fingers. Lift and lower for 4, keeping your elbow roughly same spot. That's when you'll target the back of the arm the most, looking out for the props if they're behind your head. I've got all this room and I'm here at the end. 2 more. And then hands stay to the ceiling. Can we tap the mat as we bend? Lift our arms as we lift our hips. So hips lower, hands lower, hips lift, hands lift. Good. Tap, lift, tap, lift. 4, lift, 3, 2, 1 more. Hands stay to the ceiling, hips are lifted. You hold for 4, 3, 2, bring your heels in, maybe an inch or 2 closer to your own body. Float your heels, doesn't have to be crazy high. Little hip lifts, little hip lifts. Now if you need to, you ditch your hand weights. We're here at the end of the series though, just a heads up. Little lifts, really find the glutes, your inner thighs, your quads are gonna get a little extra work right now. For 4, because the heels aren't on the ground. 3, but if they need to be, they're more than welcome to. 2, 1 more count, and then feet back to the floor completely. Float the hands back to the floor as well. Hand weights to the side. Melt the spine bone by bone. You can do a little hug. You can rock side to side, whatever feels good. And then gently rock yourself up to seated. Hand weights out of the way. You have a plank. Welcome to your mat. Here we go. Plank with the ball mid-thigh. So you can do hands or elbows, but the ball is mid-thigh here. You can do 2/5, whatever feels best. You can fold your mat if your mat can fold. Find your bear shape, so a tabletop, knees under hips, hands over elbow, or hand under shoulder, or elbow under shoulder. Spine is long, core floats so that your hips and shoulders are roughly the same height or hips higher in the air. But you stay here for 4. This is your go-to spot. 3, 2, gently bring your knees down, reset if you need to. Same lift when you're ready. Here we go. Now, if you're on your forearms, you might feel like you're more of a triangle, and that's okay. That's okay. You stay here, and now give me a ball squeeze. Inner thigh squeeze in. In, in, in. Good job. For 4, core stays engaged. 3, 2. Hold the squeeze for 4, 3, 2. Gently come down. Don't ditch the ball yet, but if it has run away, that's also okay. You have 1 more. Here we go. Lift and hold first. 4, 3, 2. Ball squeezes. 4, 3, 2. Last squeeze, and then your final one, you shift backwards in the air. Shoulders come back over the hand or elbows. So shift your booty backwards. Come forward. Shift back and forward like you're a little gliding motion. 4 more back. 3, 2. 1 more. Forward, knees lower. Take the ball out. Grab a little child's pose. Reach the arms long. Shoulder roll if you need it. Good job. Lay down. We have some laying core now. Start with the ball under your 2 feet. Now, it might take a moment to find where you like the ball to be here, but I personally prefer as much of my foot to be on the ball as possible. Shoulders, relax them into the floor next to you. And then, hands, make a head cradle, that's right. You can see your elbows in the corner of your vision. Now, from your abdominals, scoop the abdominals in and up to create your upper abdominal lift here. You're looking just above your own knees on the wall in front of you. You can see your elbows in the corner of your vision. You're still holding maybe like a grapefruit and orange type item between chin and sternum. We hold here to begin. Now the ball, it's creating an unstable environment. So if it's not for you, ditch it. Ditch the ball. You hold for 4, 3, 2. Bring your right leg to a tabletop. It's okay if you need to adjust the ball. And you hold for 4, 3, 2. Right leg. Lengthen. Come back in. So reach it long, bring it back in, out and in. 4, 3, 2. Without your spine changing shape. Tabletop, switch, so trade feet if you need to. This is when you can lower your head and reset. Core engages again for 4. Really focus in. 2, leg only, out and in. So my foot is maybe reaching between 75% up the wall, halfway up the wall, so somewhere around 60 maybe. You might be reaching higher, you might be reaching lower, but we're not letting our spine dance around. 2 more. 1 more. Come back to center. Everything lowers for a moment. Excellent. When you're ready, come back into your upper abdominal curl. You're looking just above your own knees again. Come back to the right leg being in a tabletop. Now your ball leg. Send it long. It's okay if you stop before a long leg. Bring it back in. So you're rolling the ball out and in. Maybe it's a tiny roll. Maybe it's a longer roll. That's fine. You can do head, neck, and shoulders resting on the floor if you need to, as long as it doesn't make your spine do a dance. 2 more. 1 more, and I know it's hard to draw a line. Sometimes it becomes more of an oval. Switch. Left leg is now lifted in the ball, out and in. Remember, only as far as you can without your spine dancing here on the floor. And as I said before, head, neck, and shoulders can be on the ground, out and in. For 4, find your range of motion, and it's okay if it's different on that side. 2 more. 1 more. Come back in, reset. So head, neck, and shoulders relax for a moment. Come back up when you're ready. Right leg comes back to tabletop. Now send your right leg to the high diagonal like we did earlier. As you bring your knee in, send the ball away. Opposite directions. So your range might be smaller than when we were doing one leg at a time, so you can really focus on the abdominals, the spine, your posture not changing. So if you start to make a mound with your core, reset, engage your core again, and then make your range of motion smaller, smaller. 2 more, 1 more. Reset if you need to, all the way to the mat. Switch legs, tabletop the left. Start with the lifted leg, lengthening, and then as you bring your lifted leg in, ball leg goes out. Now this is definitely one of the movements where maybe you have a different range of motion from one side to the other, and that's okay. This side I definitely have a little bit better. That's normal because we are not perfectly symmetrical humans, right? Out and in. Always take it slower, smaller, reset. You have 2. 1 more. And then a little hug. You can rock side to side if you need to. Gently bring yourself up. Ball will go mid-thigh for some push-ups. Push-ups with a shoulder tap, in fact. So if one part of the move is not for you, you do the part of the move that is. And just like when we are in a regular plank, the tabletop posture is where you are more than welcome to go. I think of it as my comfort spot. So starting in a tabletop, the ball is mid-thigh just to help us focus on connecting our core, our inner thighs. And then let's start with only our shoulder taps. So one hand reaches to opposite shoulder without rocking our torso. Come back to the mat. Tap, and tap, tap, and you are welcome to stay with only the taps if you'd like. Now, to add in our push-ups, both hands are on the floor, starting with the tabletop version. Elbows go about 45, so not completely next to us hitting the wall, and then we lift back up. 1 set of taps, so left, right, push up. Now with the tabletop push-up, spine stays long, so tailbone to crown of the head. All right, if you would like to take it up a notch to a knee plank, your knees to crown of the head are one diagonal line. It is the same shoulder tap. You'll notice it's more challenging. Push up, extra core as you lift. Tap right, tap left, without rocking side to side. So add a little squeeze to the ball. And if you'd like to, a full push up. Don't rock. Woo. You do the one that suits you and your body best today, where you can maintain in good, strong form and you still feel challenged. You have 4, 3, holding center is always an option, 2, last set of taps, and then grab a little child's pose, send the hips back, beautiful. Give the hands a nice little shake, shake, twirl, twirl. All right. You get to lay down on your side for a clam with the ball. Yeah. Now, this is one where the ball loves to run away. So if that happens to you, don't worry. You can ditch it. If you're wearing ankle weights like I am, make sure that the band is on the back of your ankle for the most success of holding onto your ball. So the back of your foot, the Achilles ankle zone, holds the ball to like your sit bone, right? So where your booty and hamstring meet, so that you have a triangle as a leg, and it goes in your top leg. Spine is long. Lift your waist away from the ground. Now, gently bring your top leg to meet your bottom leg. Excellent. Hand can go to hip, hand can be in front of you, it can be a seat belt, whatever feels good, but your spine remains long. Now take your top knee and you rotate, just like a clam, and you lower. The ball is going to light the back of your leg on fire faster than when we don't have it, right? So you float, you lower without your hip rocking back. And if you need to, you stop, you adjust the ball. If it runs away too many times and you're annoyed by it, ditch it. You don't need it. You're still going to get a great workout. You lift and lower, and it's a rotation. So we're using outer thigh, outer glute zone. And lower. You lift for 4, 3, 2, oh, I'm slipping, hold the lift here, reposition the ball, hold the lift for 4, some part of your foot is touching bottom foot, 3, 2, 1, all right, take your knee, tap your bottom knee, so your foot is lifted now, and then switch, so foot to foot, knee to knee, the external, internal rotation, you are working every angle of your booty now, keeping the core engaged so that you're not rocking, so that might mean you're staying lower in the air, maybe going a little slower as well, tap and tap for 4, 3, flipping, 2, 1 more, and then come back to start. So top leg is resting on bottom leg with a parallel leg. Float up an inch, up an inch, up an inch, 1 more inch without the hips being compromised, without your waist crunching, and then lower 4, 3, 2, tap your bottom leg. Ready, lift, 4, 3, 2, highest lift, lower, 4, 3, 2, tap your bottom leg. These are roughly an inch each time you lift, 1 inch each time you lower, 2 more times. Check in with your top foot. Toes are tension free, right? 4, 3, 2, here comes our final set, lift, 4, 3, 2, lower, 4, 3, 2, let's switch to side 2. All right, you already know what's going to happen. No surprises. Ball is now going behind the opposite leg, so right behind like your Achilles area, and then laying down. Spine is long, so tailbone to crown of the head, bottom leg, heel in line with sit bone, knees are towards the front edge of your mat, core is lifting away from the floor. And then keeping some part of your foot connected, we do our external rotation just like a clamshell. So you have the little hinge on the back of the clamshell, you lift, you lower without your hips rocking. That's right. Core stays lifted, so focus on keeping the waist engaged here, keeping the hips from rocking, and a great few tricks is to do hand to top hips. You know if there's movement. If you need more balance, hand in front of you like a little kickstand. Just having trouble finding a spot for the ball. Rotate, rotate. You have 4, 3, 2, hold the lift for 4. We start our internal, external, 3, 2, here we go. Knee to knee, foot to foot. And remember the speech about one side having a different range than the other, same thing can apply here. You tap knee, you tap your foot. If the ball is in the way, position it, one and the other without the spine rocking forward and back. You tap and tap, ideally. 4, 3, 2, 1 more, and then come back to start. You ready for the inch lifts? Here we go. Lift, 4, 3, parallel, 2, your highest one without changing your posture, lower, 4, 3, 2, tap, that's your lowest spot, lift, 4, 3, 2, the ball's about to run away, lower, 4, 3, 2, good, tap, lift, 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 and lower, 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 last set, up, 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 highest spot, lower, 4, ball runs away, 3, 2, good work. All right, you may now put your ball to the side, good work. We stay here on the mat in a tabletop. We have our final plank party. I know, thank goodness, right? Tabletop as always, and you know that's your go-to spot. If you need to, stay in the tabletop plank. Hands or elbows, up to you, and you can do 2 fists, a flat hand, a folded mat, whatever feels best. Now start with your lift. So our knees are floating, our hips and shoulders are same height in the air, core is engaged, crown of head to the wall in front of you, hold 4, 3, 2, come back to the floor, you have another set, and of course you can stay here or do the float that we just did. You lift and hold for 4, 3, 2, and now step to your full plank. Hold 4, 3, 2, bring your right knee under your chest. Bring it back out. Right knee under the chest. Tap the floor behind you. 2 more. 1 more. Left side. In, out, a total of 4. 2 more. And if you're on the elbows, just don't smash your knees on the ground. Gently lower, shake, shake. You have 1 more coming up. All right, here we go. So, tabletop, of course, walk out to your full plank. Right knee, 2, in, left knee, 2. Can you figure out where this is headed? Excellent. Alternate. Right, left, right, left. You want to pick up the pace? Right, left, right, left. Good. So you're a mountain climber here. You take it at a pace that works for you. If you're on the forearms, you might find that you have to jog instead of remove your foot from the ground for 4. Keep it going. 3, 2, find center, catch your breath, hold 4. This is it. 3, 2, child's pose, send the hips back, long arms. Stay here as long as you need to. A nice shoulder roll, down and back. Look right, look left, a little hand twirl if you need to. Beautiful. Hi friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name's Colleen, and today we will be doing a mat-based class using a ball, a mat, optional ankle weights, and a set of hand weights of your choosing. Light, think 1s or 2s, 4 at most, but 1 for each hand or wrist weight. Let's get started. Thank you for coming to your mat class today. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you're looking for more mat-based workouts, you have found the right place. Subscribe here and check out my other classes.